Welcome by WBP Stars. My name is Jeroen Achtien from restaurant Scaldes in Kruiningen. Beautiful small village, very close to EGGPLANT, where we pick up all our fresh fish and seafood. But next to that, we are very rich in this country or in this village about onions and potatoes. So we're gonna make something out of onions, potatoes, a little bit of eggplants. Actually, I start with something very simple, but something very tasteful. And that's just this onion. Just gonna peel the onion. Actually, I don't do a lot with it, but I create a lot of flavor. So what we're gonna do after peeling, I will cut it in some slices. And what we want to create from this onion is just a lot of umami in the flavor. So I will chop it in some rings, a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner. It doesn't matter so much in the end of the day. I will show you why. Just make sure you use the onion completely, so you don't waste anything. It would be a shame. The onions and the potatoes from here getting transported by pallets per day, a few hundred pallets per day over the whole world. So that says something, I think, about our beautiful basic products we have in this region. So we have these rings. We just, well, somebody stole my oil. Somebody saw the oil? Yeah, thank you all, Melanie. A pan, just a little bit of oil, just that the bottom is covered, like this. We will put the onions inside. Just make sure that they don't stick together anymore. And then I'm gonna put them on the stove. Unfortunately, I can't show you in this video the whole process because it takes around 4 to 6 hours. So we put them on the stove, but of course I have the end product finished, so I can show you how it should be and where you have to look at before it's finished. I put it here on the stove, put it on medium heat. In the beginning, a little bit higher because then there's still a lot of, still a lot of moist inside, so there's still a lot of liquid inside. This all has to go out before the process can start of the caramelization. So in the onion is a lot of sugar, actually. And we caramelize these onions only by the pure own sugar. And that takes time. That's why I said it takes 4 to 6 hours, because you cannot overdo it, because then it's getting black, then you get a lot of bitters. I show you later also, a very important part of it, on the bottom of it, you see this layer of the caramelization, and you really have to scrape it out with a spoon, because that's your flavor and that's your umami. Here, the product finished, like promised. Here you can see already how extremely dark it is, but not black. That's very important. If you smell at it, it's extremely round. It has this umami, soya, miso smell. And that's what you want, because that's your umami. And this we always mix up with some eggplant. Very simple. I have here the eggplant. I don't prepare it completely because I think you're all capable of if I explain it. Here we have the eggplant. We cut it in half. I cut some cubes inside, because now we're gonna brine it with some salt. Heel even zout van jou. So we're gonna brine it with some salt. And then in these cubes, to speed up the brine process a little bit, and it comes also inside, you rub the salt into the cubes. You can really see it beautifully. You rub it into the cubes, and then you leave this eggplant for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just on your bench, and you will see that the salt is going down, and all the liquid slowly starts to come out of the eggplant, because there's of course a lot of liquid inside. That's also why an eggplant like just this has not a lot of flavor, because it's a lot of just liquid. After that, you squeeze the eggplant out, so you squeeze all the liquid out, and then we're gonna fry them. We're just gonna fry them in a deep fryer, 160 degrees. First like this on the skin, then you have like a nice golden brown edge, and then you turn it over, and then you fry it for another, I would say another 4 minutes. Turn it around until it's like golden brown again, and then you're ready, and then you can like take the whole mass out with the spoon. Easy one, no? Good. Then next step, I said potatoes and I said onions. This one, small onion, potato, small potato. It's a purple one. They call it also like truffle potato. I think in the gastronomy we all know, but I think probably there are also a lot of viewers who don't know it. If you see it from the inside, it is a little bit, well, this one is very purple, I have to say, but often it's also like very like purple and white, and that's also where the name truffle potato comes from. So there's nothing to do with the flavor, just by the look from the inside. We're gonna make an ice cream out of this, mixed up with some purple curry. For this, we always, and that's also why I do it now in the video, we always use the offcuts, because later in the dish you will see we have sweet and sour cubes out of this, so marinated sweet and sour cubes, and we want to make them look beautiful, so we cut them very precisely, but we have then also a lot of leftovers. It's a shame to have always leftovers and to just throw them in the bin. That's not my philosophy. So if we can use it somehow and not always just for stuff food, then we should do it. I think that's a responsibility we have to as a chef. So we have actually potato. Doesn't look so beautiful maybe as this one, but the result will be, in the end of the day, it will be the same, because we keep all the offcuts and then we're gonna make the ice cream. Over here, we have the potato in a vacuum bag. Then on top of that comes some coconut milk, half a kilo potato, 400 grams of coconut milk. Then we have a little bit of the curry powder. Comes on top. I hear simmering in my ear in the background the onions. That's a good sign. That's the start of the process. Here you see already, it's getting a little golden brown. That means the start of the caramelization. But I also don't want that it goes too fast, because it just needs a bit time. So I put now the temperature a little bit. And how farther you come in the process, how lower the temperature you should go. Before I was on like 3/4 of the power. Now I'm like halfway. And with the finishing touch in the last hour, Yeah, it's a long finishing touch. Then you should go on a quarter, maybe even less. Depends also a bit of the stove, of course. Curry, a bit of salt, a little bit of lime juice. And we have some rasp of the lime. And then we put it in the vacuum machine. I always just mix in all the ingredients and the flavors a little bit. Then we're gonna put, you can see already the color is coming up. Has also to do with the lime juice. So the lime juice is giving this kick to make it beautiful and purple again. How more I mix, how more color you get. Then we put this in the oven on steam for a half an hour on 100% steam, and after that the potato is easily cooked, and then we just like put the whole mixture just like this into the blender. So actually it's very simple when you know how it works, of course. And then we mix it inside. We put it in a PacoJet container. Also here again with this ice cream, no additional difficulties inside. You just have the fattiness of the coconut cream, and then you have the binding of the starch of the potato. You don't need to add anything. Just put it like this inside, freeze it, and in this case we use a PacoJet machine. Yeah, that makes it much easier. There we go. Be careful here that you stop it on time. Can be a classic one for the kitchen. Everything overflows. So this one goes into the steam oven. I'm almost gonna finish in the plate, but before I do that, I've showed you about the eggplant and about the salt and the liquid. Well, here I'm going to show you what I meant. So like this is already a lot of liquid coming out, and now even I leave it for another 15 minutes, so there's even more liquid coming out, and then afterwards you start to deep fry them. Then I will finish the plate like I showed you before, like the onions. So the beautiful caramelized onions. We mix it up with some eggplant, so it's getting a little bit lighter from color. Otherwise the power of the onions is so much rich flavor that it's overpowering. So to make it a little bit more elegant, we put the eggplant inside. Just a small spoon goes into a glass. Then we have over here some sweet and sour potato. It stays nice, beautiful purple, but you cannot make it too long ahead. So we make like I said, we make the cubes from this potato, and then we pour hot sweet and sour on top, so they're like halfway cooked, still nice and crispy, and a beautiful sweet and sour flavor inside. So 1 full spoon on top of that, and then from the same potato, like you saw, we also made the ice cream. So the ice cream is just like I said, vacuum bag in the oven, steam it, put it into the blender, and then freeze it, package it, and then you have this beautiful ice cream. Beautiful texture. On top of that, we have a foam. This foam is made out of, it's warm. So we have a warm-cold combination, like before, like I also showed you or told you with some other dishes. a warm potato foam and it's lightly smoked. With that, some crunchy potato for the texture. And then actually we're standing now here live in the kitchen. That's also where we always invite every guest. So every guest starts with us in the lounge, having a few bites. Last bite, they come in the kitchen. Me personally or one of the chefs finishing this bite for you. And then you can just enjoy it over here. Just take the small spoon, dig it completely to the bottom, take it to the top, and enjoy the combination of different flavors, texture and umami, and definitely also different temperature combination. Enjoy.